Is your car feeling sluggish, unresponsive, or just not running as smoothly as it should? You might need to reset your throttle position sensor. Today, in this video, we'll walk through 5 simple methods to reset your throttle position sensor and get your car running like new. Each method has its ideal use case, ensuring you apply the correct solution for your throttle or vehicle model. Don't worry, each step will be simple, and I will also try to mention major mistakes to avoid to keep everything safe. Let's get started. Method 1. Reset using the car's ignition. This method is effective for many vehicles with modern electronic throttle systems. It is ideal when your car's throttle isn't responding properly or the engine is revving strangely, but there are no trouble codes. Let's discuss this method in simple steps. Firstly, ensure that your car is properly off and parked in a safe location. Insert the ignition key and turn it to the on position without starting the engine. This powers up the electronics where the dashboard lights come on. You'll see all those warning lights flashing, but don't worry, it's normal. Now gradually press the accelerator pedal all the way to the floor and hold it for 2 to 3 seconds. Now gently release the gas pedal back to its resting position as slowly as you pressed it. Take about 2 to 3 seconds to fully lift your foot off. Repeat this process 2 to 3 times. This allows the engine control unit to detect the full range of motion. Once you've repeated the process 2 to 3 times, turn the key back to the off position. Wait for at least 2 minutes. This gives the ECU time to reset and save the new sensor position. Now turn on the engine and let it idle for a few minutes. Check if the throttle response has improved during acceleration. If you notice a smoother, quicker response, it means the reset worked perfectly. Pro tip: perform this procedure on a flat surface, ensuring no other electrical loads like AC or lights are active to avoid interference. Method 2. Disconnect the battery. The easiest way to reset your TPS is by disconnecting the battery. This method is ideal for vehicles with electronic throttle control systems when the basic reset method doesn't work. Let's dive in deep. First, make sure your car is completely off and parked safely. Now open your car's hood and locate the battery. Use a wrench to loosen the nut on the negative terminal of the battery. Leave your battery disconnected for 10 to 15 minutes. This erases stored settings in the ECU. Now securely reconnect the negative terminal. Tighten the terminal to prevent loose connections. Once the negative terminal is tightened, turn on the ignition and let the engine idle for 5 to 10 minutes without pressing the gas pedal. This helps the ECU recalibrate the throttle position sensor. Let's go for a test drive to ensure proper throttle response. If this method doesn't solve your problem, don't worry. There's a slightly more involved trick that could be exactly what your car needs. Before jumping into the third method, if this is your first time here, then hit that subscribe button. Let's keep going. How to reset the throttle position sensor using a scan tool. This is third method. It is ideal if you have access to a diagnostic scanner. Firstly, plug the OBD2 scanner into the diagnostic port. This port is usually located under the dashboard near the driver's side. Now turn the ignition to on position without starting engine. In the scanner menu, look for options like throttle body, TPS calibration, or relearn procedure. The exact steps depend on your scanner's interface. Further, your scanner will guide you through the reset. This typically involves turning the ignition on/off or pressing the accelerator pedal as prompted. Once the reset is completed, start the engine and check if the throttle responds smoothly. If not, repeat the procedure. Pro tip: high-end scan tools may be required for some models, so ensure your scanner is compatible with your car. Method 4. Clean the throttle body first. A dirty throttle body may also interfere with the throttle body sensor by causing incorrect air intake readings. A good rule of thumb is to clean it every 20,000 kilometers to prevent any throttle issues. Firstly, turn off your engine and ensure it's cold. Don't rush this part because a hot engine can be dangerous. Now remove the air intake hose to access the throttle body. Inspect the throttle body for carbon buildup or dirt around the edges of the throttle plate. Next, spray throttle body cleaner onto a microfiber cloth or directly onto the surface. Wipe down the interior and edges of the throttle plate. Keep in mind, never use carburetor spray, thinner, or gasoline on your throttle body. These may damage the throttle instead. It is recommended to use a specialized cleaner like the CRC throttle body cleaner. After cleaning the throttle plate, reattach the air intake hose and ensure all connections are secure. Now start the engine and let the car idle for 10 to 15 minutes to allow the ECU to adjust. Take your vehicle for test drive to check the throttle response. If this method won't work for you, then move to the most effective and last method. Method 5. Reset by replacing the TPS. If your throttle sensor is damaged or worn out, replacing it is often the best solution. After installation, you must reset or calibrate it to match the ECU. Let's discuss how to reprogram the throttle position sensor. First, park your car on a safe location and turn off the engine. Now locate the throttle position sensor on the throttle body, which is usually located near the air intake. Next, unplug the electrical connector and unscrew the sensor. Position the new sensor in place and secure it with screws. Reconnect the wiring harness and connectors. After installation, use any of the above discussed methods, such as battery disconnect, relearn procedure, or scan tool to recalibrate the sensor. After recalibration, start the engine and take your car for a test drive to ensure smooth acceleration. Pro tip: always use an original equipment manufacturer or high-quality aftermarket sensor to ensure compatibility and avoid premature failures. With these methods and pro tips, you'll effectively reset your throttle position sensor and enhance your car's performance. Got questions? Drop them in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more car hacks.